A 5-year-old boy is at the center of growing ICE controversy after he and his father were detained, and there's a lot of misinformation floating around. So some of these claims going around viral say the child was detained by ICE at school, that he was used as bait to lure his father, or that he's a U.S. citizen. And according to DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin, none of that is true. Here's what she says actually happened. So on January 20th, ICE carried out a targeted operation to arrest Adrian Alexander Conejo Arias, an Ecuadorian national who DHS says was in the U.S. illegally after being released under the Biden administration. And she says that when he was approached, he ran, leaving behind his 5-year-old son, Liam. Now, for the child's safety, ICE officers stayed with him while other agents chased and apprehended the father. And then officers repeatedly tried to get the boy's mother, who was inside the home, to take custody of him. They even assured her she would not be detained, but she refused. The father also told officers he wanted the child to remain with him. Now, McLaughlin says as all of this is happening, protesters surrounded the scene, yelling and blowing horns, which frightened the child. Liam had just returned home from preschool in Columbia Heights, which is a city that's just north of Minneapolis. And after the arrest, ICE transported both the father and the child to a detention facility in Texas. Now, an attorney for the family is saying they entered the U.S. through a port of entry in 2024 using the CBP app, and they requested asylum. However, the superintendent of the child school district, Zena Stenvik, claims something very different. She alleges that an ICE agent removed the child from a running car and had him knock on the door to see if anyone else was home, calling it, quote, essentially using a 5-year-old as bait. DHS strongly denies that claim, saying ICE did not arrest the child or use him as bait in any way. This is what an ICE official said on Friday about Conejo Arias.
I will have to get back to you with any of this in-depth criminal history, but he was in the United States illegally, and I believe he'd been ordered removed. The family came across as a family unit illegally a few years back. I can't get the date off the top of my head. We have not encountered the mother as of this time.
The story has sparked intense backlash from Democrats. Former Vice President Kamala Harris said, quote, Liam Ramos is just a baby. He should be at home with his family, not used as bait by ICE and held in a Texas detention center. I am outraged, and you should be too. Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar wrote, quote, ICE just detained a 5-year-old child. Don't tell us this is about the worst of the worst. That's a lie. Absolutely vile. Vice President J.D. Vance, speaking in Minnesota, pushed back on that narrative, siding with DHS.
5-year-old was not arrested, that his dad was an illegal alien, and then when they went to arrest his illegal alien father, the father ran. So the story is that ICE detained a 5-year-old. Well, what are they supposed to do?
Now, we will continue to follow this story, so be sure to follow us on our channels, The National Desk.